Hey guys, what's up? Green Machine Sam back with another video, and today we are taking on, I think it's the new, no, it's the, fuck. Is it the Seahawks? Might be the Seahawks. I don't remember. I recorded this a little while ago. I had all the audio and everything done for this. It was edited, everything was good. Then all of a sudden it bugged out and the audio file got corrupted up until at least like 5 minutes, so have to re-record this part. As you guys see, we are re-signing players. O.J. Howard, Pat Pete being the main two this week, at least two of the top players on the team. Yeah, so we should be taking on the Seahawks, if I had to guess. Yeah. So, after last week, we finally got everything set up. Sliders did get changed up a little bit, minus one or two, I think. I'm not 100% sure on those exactly. Some went. Most of them did go down. I think the only thing that changed was CPU got an increase to run blocking, interceptions, and tackling after last week. Something that's weird is Drew Brees is on this team. I don't know if I discussed it in the later part of the audio clips or just whenever, but I think I am going to trade him off the Seahawks. I think I'm going to go and force a trade, get him onto the Cardinals, and then ship him off somewhere. Because let's be real, it's stupid that he signed there just because they had money. I'll put him on a team, and then I'll be like, hey, now you owe $25 million. I know it's not counting against the cap that much, I won't make his cap hit that big when I trade for him, but then when I trade him away, his contract's only going to be like $550K, but then once he gets on that team, I will bump it up to $25K, 25 mil, just to make it reasonable and just to make sure that they're not going out and signing some players after that then. Just something I had on my mind. So yeah, everything should be fixed, ready to go. Hopefully more of these videos will start coming out. I hope you guys like the new style if you guys are watching this. If not, let me know. Either way, I don't really mind. This way I can go ahead and play like 5 games, edit them, and then throw the audio clips on once I get around to the audio. Otherwise, I have to spend like 5 hours just sitting there recording. Granted, when I just record straight over the gameplay, it is a little bit easier. It does save a little bit more time. It takes about 2 hours-ish if you count in editing and having to go back and re-record all these audio clips, but it does trim down the videos to about half the time that they normally are, which is about 40 to 50 minutes. It trims them down to about a 20-minute video. That is good news. I should have more stuff coming out on the channel shortly. Draft class stuff is coming out as well. More draft class stuff every day. I'm hoping to get 1 draft class done a day, and by draft class I mean a team's draft class. So like the Bucs, the Broncos, stuff like that. I'm going to try to get as many of those done as possible, but anyway, I see the next audio clip is probably about to come up soon, so I'm just going to go ahead and end it here. Just enjoy the content, and whatever I start rambling on about, I would just like to say thank you guys. Yeah, let's get into it then. By the time you guys are already seeing this video, there will be another roster update coming out. I update the rosters basically every 2 to 3 days. So don't be like, oh, well, he didn't update the roster for 6 days, so it hasn't been updated. It has, I just don't feel like making a video every time on it. If I did get a big enough following on TikTok, I would just release like short clips like, hey, it's updated. These players got added, these players got taken off the teams, this part of the draft class got done. I do have 14 draft class done. I have the Bears, Cardinals, Bengals, and Bills all done. I think the Bills actually have 1 or 2 more players left, like their 7th and 5th round picks. They're 7th and 6th. One of their 6 anyway. So just keep that in mind. I am trying to do it. I like making the players to the best of my ability. I don't feel like just because there are some rosters that you will download where either the players aren't customized correctly. Now, of course, everybody will find different pictures of what they're wearing and stuff, but there's some draft classes that literally just don't customize the people. They just change the skin tone, put in their information like their name, their number, and their position, and then give them an overall, and then just leave it at that. There's some people that give teams ridiculous overalls. Like, I remember last year, the Giants, I think when they drafted Dexter Lawrence, DeAndre Baker, and Daniel Jones, like their highest in the first round was like a 70 on one roster last year, which is insane to think about. So that's why I go based off of when the team picks the player, because I just think that's fair. Like, if the team thinks that highly of them, we should too. Now, granted, Mitchell Trubisky was at fucking 79 when he came into the NFL. Definitely didn't agree about that. I remember I had somebody call me out saying, like, you probably liked Trubisky when he was drafted. Don't act like you didn't. If I still have my Facebook account, which I permanently deleted it because I just didn't need it, I actually posted like 10 minutes after they drafted him. I'm like, this is not the right pick. If we were just going to take a dude like this, we should have just stuck with Jay Cutler for another year, which I actually wanted to. I was like, I liked Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield already the year before coming out. The year before they came out, I liked them both. So, my actually number one pick was actually Marshawn Lattimore, the Saints corner, because I wanted to pair somebody with Kyle Fuller, and I thought he would be amazing. Pat Mahomes was actually my number one QB. Now, you can be like, no, it wasn't, you're this fucking lion, whatever. He was. I thought Deshaun Watson was overhyped. I thought Mitchell Trubisky with 13 starts was a bum. I thought Deshaun Kaiser was a system QB at, Notre Dame. So, I mean, it's just when people were fucking saying Deshaun Watson was the MJ of QBs in the NFL, like he's going to be the MJ of the NFL, I was like, no. And then Mitchell Trubisky, I'm like, his fucking highlight tape looks bad, and his tape and overall just looks fucking terrible. He's not going to be good. We'll hand the ball off to Taysom Hill here, and he'll pick up a touchdown. Awesome to see him get a touchdown. I wish his stats were updated, but of course we did do this before. He did get a lot of the stats. So. Chris Carson is a fucking problem. Chris Carson I haven't used at all, but I would love to use him. He looks like a fun running back that I would like as well. Decent enough speed, good enough elusiveness, and trucking, and just a bunch of overall ability. I think he'd be fun. But anyway, back to the draft and everything. So I'm trying to complete the draft classes as quickly as possible. If there's a certain team you want done, like if there's a special team like the Dolphins, I might do the Dolphins next because they do have a decent amount of picks. Remember, there is 250 people. I am a one-man show. I'm not like PFF. I'm not like any of those bigger channels that might have 3 or 4 guys working on a roster at a time. And then I will get started on the roster overhaul. Hopefully, the whole roster will be done by late June, so that anybody who isn't getting 21, isn't basically updating to the next game, won't have to be left out. I always thought that was a problem, especially with me when I was a kid. I couldn't get Madden every year. I had to buy it with my own money. So, Chris Carson will basically walk in for a touchdown here with 6 minutes left in the second quarter. And, you know, I couldn't get the newest Madden all the time, so I always had to find rosters, or I had to do it myself. And so I think that's part of the reason why I do like updating rosters, is I know that I'm going to do it correctly. I know I'm going to want to put in the work, because I know I'm going to want to play with it. And if it's not correct, I don't want to play with it. If you don't like it, that's fine. I understand you don't like the rookie, and I have a no rookie class, but like I said, I'll go into bigger detail on all that stuff when the video does drop. It probably would have already dropped before this, because I don't think this is coming out until probably like the 31st or the 1st of June, maybe the 2nd of June, somewhere around there. I already have some content lined up, so it does get pushed back a couple days of when I do record these and when I do edit these and everything like that. So keep that in mind. It doesn't come out right away. I do record these in groups because I recorded the gameplay yesterday. I edited it last night, and then I am now recording over it now that I have time to do that. I just play whenever I'm like sitting around watching YouTube or whatever, or just listening to music, some new music or whatever. I just go ahead and say, fuck it, I'm going to play some Cardinals franchise. I still think the white socks, the white fleece, white pants, or even the red pants from last week is a killer move, and it looks insanely nice. Like I said, I will be changing up the jerseys a little bit. I want to get some different combos in there, make it look very nice. I was actually very scared right there that he was going to drag me like inbounds and like make me fumble. So OJ Howard picking up another catch there. Got 3 points there. Didn't really do anything the rest of the drive, so just going to go ahead and skip it and get to the Seahawks as they start pushing down the field. First, I don't know. I never figured out who that was. I didn't figure out if that was Braxton Berrios or Ryan Switzer or Trent Taylor. I never figured that out. I probably should have looked. As what is that? Will Disley. This is before like Jacob Hollister went off as Byron Murphy drops the pick. Jacob Hollister is a very nice tight end, and I understand why they signed Greg Olsen, and I understand why they signed who did they trade for somebody? I think they might have traded for somebody. Whatever. As we're just forcing incompletions here, which is awesome for us. And I try to step in front of that with Jerome Baker, and it does not work. It's Madden. What do you expect, I guess? I started actually getting really pissed off in this game, and I almost recorded this audio for the last game that I just did. Yeah, I almost recorded the audio for this one first. So I thought this was episode 2, so I got like 2 minutes into it, and I was like, fuck. So this is technically my second time recording this, technically. I'm going to update Kyler Murray's sleeves and stuff, as well as anybody else that might need it this week. Of course, I am going to keep it as my own as well. I'm not going to just be changing everybody's shit just for the sake of changing their shit. And Joe Mixon rushes ahead for even more yards here. I don't know what else I really need to talk about other than the gameplay, I guess. So we'll just go ahead and make some commentary. Jerry Jeudy wants his first touchdown, but it's hard getting the wide receivers the ball on the outside when they just don't have that separation. As Hassan Reddick wants his 10th sack of his career. It's definitely weird how TV can't. I still don't think this is pass interference. I pushed triangle and then it put us into that animation, which is fucking annoying. I also hate when you throw a deep ball and they put you into those stupid ass animations like, no, just let them go fight for the fucking football. And if the defensive back gets in the way too much and doesn't get his head turned around, then yeah, throw the flag. But don't just put me in animations just because it makes the fucking job easier. I should have just attacked. Grant Delpit. I figured I could just wait him out, tackle him with 5 yards left, and just pick up the third. And CGJ there. Like, our backups aren't bad. CGJ and Deontay Thompson, I would love for them to be starting, but Grant Delpit was still on the board, so I had to take him. And Buda Baker is just an amazing safety. Now, could Buda maybe play corner when Pat Pete leaves? Could he play in that slot role and Byron Murphy could only play outside? Yeah, sure. More than definitely. Are we going to do it? Who knows? As Chris Carson's already over 80 yards here rushing, so. I don't know if it was in this game or last game. I threw a pass like that just happened and that animation fucking triggered, and I was so pissed. And so when that happened, I was like, yeah, fuck you, bitch, because at this point I was getting kind of pissy. Nothing was really working for me. I was struggling and wasn't playing all that great. Kyler Murray misses a pretty open pass there. Giving it to Jerry Jeudy here. Would love to get him more involved, especially with a superstar X Factor, and we could get him developed into a nice young player. It would be very, very cool to have. As Joe Mixon has 20 rushes for 86 yards, so it's not terrible. Definitely needs to improve it still a little bit more. Jordan Howard rushing ahead. Jordan Howard's rushing for like 7 yards a carry, I think, right now. And you can see why. He's a big play machine. He is. And Andy Isabella will catch that pass there. Going with a little bit more of a pickup style, if they will get a sack here, with Javadion and Clowney. The only sacks that have really been let up are on that right side from like DJ Humphries, and that's impressive. But then any run play that breaks down, it's normally Billy Price's fault. So Andrew Thomas has been playing amazing, and that's exactly what we needed out of him. He plays lights out, and that's why I think the Giants got a very good player. And I understand why Giants fans are upset. Isaiah Simmons was on the board and everything, but you have to understand about needs sometimes. I understand you can basically say the same thing about the Bears and why I was upset with Trubisky. You needed a QB and all that fun stuff, but I think in that case, like, don't get me wrong, if I was a Giants fan, I definitely would be sitting there going, why didn't you guys pick Simmons? You guys are fucking stupid. This is why the team's a bad team every year. You know, stuff like that. You guys are paying Nate Solder for a reason. Why not just let him fucking play and try to prove himself? I completely understand that. So I actually think the Cardinals had a very good draft. I made their draft class, like I said. And I was looking at the players, and I liked a lot of the players, but sorry. Woke up not too long ago. So. Like I said, I was looking at some of the players, and I actually liked a lot of the players. It's just, I have to grade them based on when they're picked, so they're not going to have the highest overalls. But I like most of their picks. Benjamin's a fine running back, and I think he could even compete for that second or third string job right out the gate. I think he can definitely compete for the second string job with, is it Chase Edmonds? I think, who's their second string running back, because Kenyon Drake's number one. So I think he can definitely compete with that. Josh Jones, a fine tackle, but they do have people. They have DJ Humphries. They have Marcus Gilbert, but I don't know how injured he is. So he could definitely come in and try to compete, especially if he's competing for that right tackle position. Isaiah Simmons should start right away. I don't know if they're switching to a 4-3 or if they're staying in a 3-4. They have plenty of linebackers to go to a 4-3, and if I was rebuilding them, I'd definitely go to a 4-3 because you have Isaiah Simmons, you have Jordan Hicks, you have Devondre Campbell, you have Hassan Reddick. So you could definitely move into like a 4-3, or you can run like a, I guess like a, you can run like a hybrid 4-3-3-4, where like Hassan Reddick and Chandler Jones are on like the 3-4 side, where as you have the other guy. I don't know. They'll do whatever the fuck they want. They can do whatever the hell they want. I'm just trying to sit here and say I would personally run a 4-3 because of the linebackers that you have compared to the edge rushers you have and the defensive tackles that you have. I hate when people just say you could just trade them and, get return on that and get a new edge rusher, but like if you don't have an edge rusher in 3-4, you may as well just fucking quit. Because it's not going to be good for you. As we slowly do start to push here, we do have to find some space. As I try to roll out, but then I see the defensive end like spinning off, so I'm like, fuck it, never mind. I'm just going to sit in pocket. We'll sit outside of pocket, but deep. So that's what you saw there. Henry Ruggs picking up his first catch of the year. John Ross taking this sweep here and taking it into the end zone. 2 minutes left on the clock. Let's see what the Seahawks can do. Gonna have to go into a dollar look here. Hopefully our edge rushers can get there. Our edge rushers are very good in Rashawn Gary and Chase Winovich. I didn't even know I kind of knew they both went to Michigan, but like when you don't really think about it, you don't really notice. So pretty cool that they're teammates, and now they're teammates again. Of course, we had to trade for both, but still. Seahawks will look towards DK Metcalf. Not a very successful play, as they'll hurry up and we'll get the tackle. They'll pick up about a first down here. 2nd and inches now. Still playing this zone look. I would rather play zone here. Force them to find a soft spot or find an opening rather than us accidentally whiff on the player and them find the opening themselves, or them just be given the opening. They'll call it timeout. They're not really pushing the ball as much as they should. As Tyler Lockett will pick up a big gain. One of the biggest problems I think with the AI in this game is that they don't push the ball over the middle in the late parts of the game. Like when you have 2 minutes, you need to be pushing the ball, as that'll be games because they won't be able to hurry up the line fast enough. Is in those late parts of those games, they need to be pushing the ball. I think that's one of the biggest problems, but whatever. It gives us the win. If you guys like this content, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Don't forget to turn on post notifications. Thank you guys for the support. Like I said earlier, if I seem to ramble on, I'm just trying to get to the through the video. Like I said, there should be a roster update already out. Go look for it on 2K19 and on Madden 20. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.